The role of crude oil to the Nigerian economy and overall development of the country can never be overstressed. 60 years after crude oil was discovered in the country, oil activities continue to dominate the economy and revenue, accounting for about 90 and 80% of the country's gross earnings and budgetary revenues. One of the reasons the country was described as one of the countries with the highest government take from oil production, ranging about 73%. Worrisome is the fact that little is known about how much oil is actually produced in Nigeria, as it has always remained highly secretive, which is why advocacy to improve transparency and accountability in the petroleum sector informed this research document.
This review provides both government and non-governmental organizations opportunities to have a deeper understanding of the oil and gas sector and what needs to be done to address those yawning gaps identified by the 2017 benchmarking exercise reports. Furthermore, it reinforces our findings that existing oversight institutions are weak, inefficient, and in some cases compromised. We are expectant that the petroleum industry governance bill and all the other component parts of the petroleum industry bill will adequately address this when finally passed into law, as the National Assembly has promised to do. But for the time being, not much has been achieved. The need for greater transparency in Nigeria's oil and gas sector cannot be overemphasized if the government's effort at growing the sector, specifically its crude oil reserves to 40 million barrels per day by 2020 and effectively competing globally, are to be achieved. While steps have been taken to improve transparency and accountability of public institutions, as reported in the 2017 benchmarking exercise reports, instruments to track public spending also need to be put in place, and additional information management systems deployed in government agencies.
In his contribution, this researcher outlined some of the challenges identified in this research work that has prevented the sector from performing expectedly, as well as recommendations on how to have a corruption-free sector.
We have also seen that in terms of our reserve management, we have technological, we have economic, and we have regulatory gaps. Now, some of the recommendations we have talked about or we have highlighted in the research is that Nigeria must seriously think about economic diversification. And that's very important because the world is being revolutionized in terms of technology, and we are hearing about hydrocars, so at a point we might not have need for fossil fuels anymore, and Nigeria will be at a kind of disadvantaged position. And so what we are also recommending is for government to diversify the huge economic benefits that we are having at the moment.
This research on the review of crude oil sales and reserve management in Nigeria vis-a-vis the social and economic benefits for citizens was conducted with support from African Center for Leadership Strategy and Development and the Nigerian Natural Resources Charter.
Unveiling this research. After the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. Wow.
Pass. Thank you. Front page. Me, front page.
Okay, thank you.